G'day and welcome back to the Not So Weekly news for another year. Feels like a year, doesn't it? Yes, well, the spring is here, the sun, the weather's warming up. It's great to be alive outside at the moment. It's brilliant. So far more comfortable here in the studio, and that's why you're starting to see quite a few more videos on the RCModelReviews channel. I'm leaning back into it while I can, try and get as much high quality content as possible for you guys out there, especially my Patreon supporters who make it all possible. Now, I've got my list because I'm old and I forget, and getting older and more forgetful every day. So what I'm going to talk about, first of all, as I say, the summer's just about upon us, so there'll be a lot more flight reviews, a lot more flight testing, a lot more models, fixed wing and multi-rotor. But, I know a lot of people just not that much of a fan of multi-rotors anymore than fixed wing. So yeah, a lot of fixed wing stuff coming up. I certainly hope that's going to be the case. A number of people have said to me, do some more on the Jumper T16. We want to see more on the Jumper T16. Now, I've got a Jumper T16. It's one of the very first ones, and I said some bad stuff about it, so I don't have a Jumper Pro. They're basically, no, and they're not interested. It's the same old thing. If you say something bad about a product, sometimes the manufacturer or the supplier, no, we're not sending you any more stuff. You found fault. So, who knows? But I'll look at the one I've got. I was going to do a teardown. I will do the teardown. We'll have a look inside. But being an early one may not be representative anymore. And I know if I was going to buy a radio these days, I wouldn't bother buying anything that didn't have Hall effect sticks. And the Jumper T16, the one I've got, doesn't have Hall effect sticks. The Pro, I think, does. So, yeah, if Jumper want to send me a Pro, I'll put it on the bench, test it out, fly it. Because to be totally honest, I am looking at upgrading my own radios. FrSky's worked really well. It's been great, but I'm just getting tired of FrSky's politics. I'm getting tired of the quality control issues. I'm getting tired of having to update everything every weekend just to make sure it still flies. Go to Access, and then the R9 system is just a dog's breakfast with all the different updates and problems. And I'd rather go somewhere else. And let's face it, the Jumper does look like a pretty good option. A lot of people are switching to the Jumper, and I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe there's something else coming along. I think there's something coming out of TBS, isn't there? I've heard rumours there's something coming out of TBS. I don't know, maybe there is. So maybe we'll look at that as well. But I think it's time for us to say, FrSky, they did a great job. Dropped the ball quite a bit. Let's see if there's something else that's better on the horizon, something that goes back to the basics of just delivering us with a good, robust, reliable, solid radio that doesn't require constant updating and which works from one generation to the other without compatibility issues and without the manufacturer spending more time trying to protect its own interests than looking after the interests of modelers. Have I got this wrong? Am I doing FrSky a disservice? Well, you tell me in the comments. I need to know. I want the feedback. And FrSky, well, they don't talk to me. They won't say anything anyway. FPV. Now, you saw I did the Sky Zone 030 goggles, and I'm still in love with those damn things. They're so damn nice. Will I get some Fat Shark HDO2s? I don't know. Haven't heard from Fat Shark. No idea. What about Orca? Haven't heard from Orca. No idea. So we don't know. But what I am going to do is, we've got the DJI digital system, and I love it. It's fantastic. We've got the Bifrost. I haven't seen it, but from what I've seen, it's still got a way to go. Still got a way to go. And certainly with the changes that DJI have announced in the last firmware update and proposed new things, they're looking at putting a Betaflight OSD on their digital system. They're looking at a whole lot of things. They've made some really useful changes if you're using analog. I think the OSD information that was there now disappears. So they're listening. They're definitely listening. That's great. I would love to demonstrate that to you, but I don't have a DJI system, and they haven't sent me one of those either. So yeah, I'm really personating on great. I'm out of, no one wants to send me anything because I might find fault. Never mind. So yeah, I've started looking really hard on the HD analog FPV system because I figure, look at the Bifrost, the way it degrades, just like analog. Well, why don't we just have analog? And if you're going to have the same resolution and the same kind of degradation, why go to all the expensive digital? Why not just come up with an analog HD system that will, be cheaper? And so that's what I'm looking at now. It's not as easy to find parts for an analog system because everything's gone digital. So getting parts, I may have to do some clever thinking outside the box and repurpose a bit of stuff to get an analog HD system going. But hey, it's something that I'm really looking at. I expect to spend a lot of time working on that over the summer, probably over Christmas when everything's quiet. I'll get really stuck into that, all of the parts ahead of time. And who knows, early in the new year, we may have an open source, do-it-yourself analog HD system that anyone can build. I'll put these circuits up and I'll do the PC layouts, and maybe we'll get some boards etched, professionally done boards, and you can build them yourself. Maybe someone will run with it because, as I say, it'll be open source. Anyone will be able to take this and build it and sell it, whatever. And hopefully, because there's no development costs for these companies that might want to do that, the price will be really low, and that means it'll be great. So that'll teach you DJI and Bite Frost for not sending me one. It's all for the hobby. I just want people to have the best possible experience. Now, something else on the bench, which you'll be getting reviews of fairly shortly, this TookKitRC crowd. They're really stepping up to the game. I'm quite impressed with some of the stuff. You saw the 400 watt charger that I reviewed, and I still love that thing, still use it. It's great. But I mentioned it also was a watt meter and a servo tester. With some limitations. You know, the watt meter doesn't do that many watts. Was it? It's only so many amps. So what they've done, they've come out with a real kick-ass watt meter that'll do. Hang on, I've got it on the bench. What does it do? Excuse me a moment. Well, that's the servo tester. Their watt meter does 150 amps, up to 50 volts. That's a lot of watts. So if you've got some big electrics, that's going to be a kick-ass thing. I've been looking at it. Seems to work pretty well so far. And they've got a servo tester, and honestly, my eyes were opened. I used that tester. You need to have a look at the review of that servo tester, because you're probably going to be shocked and dismayed at a few things that I knew this was, you know, when it comes to servos, I knew they drew a bit of current, but I was kind of surprised at just how much servos can draw at certain times. And is your Beck up to it? And in a lot of cases, I think most people are using Becks that are woefully underrated for the load that the servos are putting on them. So watch that review coming up probably next week. It'll take me a little while to get that together. Right. Now that T12 radio, the 20 kilometer video link and the 30 kilometer RC link, review on that coming up. I'm just waiting for a Pixhawk to arrive. Got to build it inside your pilot thing. So I'm going to do it properly, link it into a Pixhawk. So it's all as per the instructions, so we can get, you know, rather than fudge around with an F4 board or something like that, I'm just going to get a Pixhawk, ordering that from Banggood. So when that arrives, I'll wire it up, and being a Chinese Pixhawk, I probably won't even move at all, but we'll find out. It'll be a learning experience. So we'll get a test. We'll see whether it really does live up to the advertised range things, because if it does, bit of a game changer if you want to do long range FPV and you don't want to get involved in all the hassles involved that are normally reliant in getting UHF gear and then, you know, tweaking stuff. It could be a real, but of course, all within line of sight. I mean, my eye's pretty good, 30K, no problem. And you might see a change on my face soon. Just keep an eye out if you get my drift. Thanks to some very generous people, I have some new glasses coming. Yeah, just wait, I'll be able to see. Where's the camera again? Anyway, yeah, so that's coming up hopefully real soon. Just a case of waiting. And I've got to give a big thanks to Mike Rollins, who interviewed me on his very world famous YouTube channel, where he has all the famous celebrities as well as me. So I'm in good company. So it was, yeah, I enjoyed the interview with Mike, and I've got to say I'm pretty damn humbled, very humbled in fact. I'm blush. All the comments on that video, oh man, so nice. People are so nice. I love it. Yeah, so thank you all the people who watched that video. You know where to find it. Mike's a great guy. Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, while we're on the subject of, I should have said this earlier, while we're on the subject of FPV and analog and digital, I've decided I've got the SkyZone 030. Could they give it some better name? How about Ollie, the OLED goggles? Well, anyway, I've got those goggles, which really are probably second only at this stage to the Fat Shark HDO2s, but for a lot of people are going to be the best value, as I said in the review. I'm going to put together what I consider to be the premium components from which you can build a regular analog FPV system. We're going to put it up, and I'm going to put it alongside a budget system. So I'm going to go to Banggood and buy the super El Cheapo stuff and the box goggles or whatever's cheapest on the day. I'll buy the cheapest of everything and the best of everything. We'll just do a comparison. We'll check for range, check for clarity, check for the consistency of the image, check for the DVR. Oh no, probably going to have a DVR on the super cheap system. But I'm going to do a side by side and just see whether it's worth paying the extra money for the really, really good stuff. And then I'll have to borrow or steal a DJI digital system again, and we'll compare the best quality analog at the moment to DJI digital system. And it'll be really interesting to compare those three ends of the spectrum, you know, that sort of the low end budget, you know, super cheapy analog, the best possible analog, and the digital. And just do a price comparison, a value comparison. That's what people want. They want value. Don't necessarily want the best if it's going to cost more than you can afford. That's why we don't all drive Ferraris and Porsches. We drive Toyotas and Hondas because value. It's all about value. That's where we're going. Right, and this final part of the Not So Weekly news is, as I said, it's summer is just about upon us. I'm going to lean right into it this year because I don't know how much time I've got left, obviously, because of the medical issues I'm facing. So I want to get as much product reviewed as possible, as many good quality videos out as possible. So if you're a manufacturer or if you're a retailer and you've got a product that you think would be really worth letting the world know about and you're happy and you're confident it's a good quality product, so I won't find fault with it. You can send it to me. And remember, Christmas is coming. Now, I was thinking, as you saw in the little video I did about the Drone X Pro. Oh, yeah, there's lots of tat out there in the lead up to Christmas. I would like to be able to review a lot of products that would effectively be potential Christmas presents, because I would love to be able to give people a list of products they can buy with confidence to give to young kids or to friends or even to themselves to get them into the hobby. I would like to do a pre-Christmas special saying, welcome to the hobby, go and buy some of this, this is how good it is, this is where you get it, enjoy your entry into the hobby. And then we got new members, new people in the hobby, and they will continue it on, especially young people who get addicted to the hobby like we have been, and they will continue it on into the future. That's the way we've got to grow the hobby, we've got to improve the hobby, we've got to make sure it still exists in face of regulation and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, if you're a manufacturer, then you can send product to me directly. If you're a retailer, then if you send product and send a link, and I'll put a link back to your retail store. So if you're the retailer that sends it, you're going to get the traffic from the review. Simple as that. If it's a good product, you probably sell a lot, especially in the lead up to Christmas. So there you go. It's my call for contenders for the Christmas list. Get stuck in. I'll put my contact details in the description. I'll put them also on the end of this video. So if you're really quick, you'll be able to write it down or do a screen capture, and you can contact me, and then we'll organise, I'll make sure that I'm not going to be completely overloaded with reviews and I won't be able to get it done. I'll schedule all the reviews, and let's get this hobby going. Let's give it a kickstart. Let's give it a bit of an extra momentum by making it easy for people to find the right gear to give to other people for Christmas. Or just buy some for yourself. Yeah, there you go. So that's it. That's another Not So Weekly News for another year. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Comments to the commenty bit provided by YouTube. They're very good like that. I noticed the other day, this is a bit worrying, I noticed that someone put a comment on one of my videos. That was fun. They asked a question, and I put a comment replying to it on my own video with a link to another video from another channel, and YouTube deleted it. What's going on there? Did they think I was spamming my own channel? I've no idea. YouTube, you're so unpredictable. And then, of course, the video I did on my XJet channel showing how, basically talking about chasing planes with drones and a follow-up addressing some issues that were raised by viewers, they demonetized it. It was a safety video and they demonetized it. Well, then they remonetized it later. So I'm getting pretty peeved with YouTube, and there's going to be a few revelations coming out on my XJet channel about exactly why I think they're doing what they're doing and why it's not in the interests of viewers, it's not in the interests of content creators, it's all about keeping their own wallet fat. Yeah, you might want to watch that. Anyway, I won't put it on here because it's nothing to do with RC Model, it's all to do with the platform we're operating on. There you go, that's it. Another Not So Weekly News. Now I'm raving on, who cares? Thanks for watching, thanks to my Patreon supporters, no mid-rolls, thanks to the Patreon supporters, they're the lifeblood of this channel, so you should thank them too. Bye for now.